We have a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI and SDI. A ton of news about the fourth stimulus payment that you have to know. A ton of good news, not much bad news to talk about. Just pretty much good news and a lot of updates because a lot of things are going on, folks. It's getting crazy in here. So, several states are wrapping up the fourth stimulus check. But first, I want to talk about how you guys can get this free Amazon gift card. Now, I'm doing an Amazon gift card giveaway of $60, and to pretty much claim this check, or claim this gift card actually, you have to redeem the code at the end of the video. This code is it's free for $60 on Amazon, and you could use it for whatever you need on Amazon. And it's a way for me to show my appreciation to you guys and say thank you so much for watching. Now, you may still be able to claim action and claim another stimulus payment. Today, the Senate Democrat Joe Manchin said that it's a mistake for the White House to want Democrats to deal with debt ceiling without negotiating with congressional Republicans. Manchin, the moderate Senate, told CNN, "I think it's a mistake because we have to negotiate. It's an advocacy group and it's democracy that we have. We have a two-party system and we should be able to talk and find out what the differences are, and if they're irreconcilable, then you have to move on from there." Manchin also added that using the debt ceiling and holding a hostage hasn't worked for us in the past. It's not going to work again, so they can't try that on us. It's important to note that the United States hit the debt ceiling set by Congress. It forced the Treasury Department to take action just to keep the government going. It's escalating the pressure on the Capitol Hill to avoid a default. Plus, the battle lines for the high-stake fight have already been set. Hardline Republicans have enormous sway in the House because of the party's slim majority. They demand that the lifting the borrowing cap must be tied to spending reductions. Manchin even suggested today that he was open to spending cuts, but the White House has countered that it will not even offer any concessions on negotiating, raising the debt ceiling. What this means is without that ceiling being raised, well, they can't raise the roof and they can't get stimulus payments out. That's something that's going to hold things back. That's something that's going to stop people from receiving stimulus money. Now, here's what we have to say about this. It's a response from Joe Biden. It's a response from the Democrats. Now, here it is, folks. First of all, the GOP senators and the White House has encountered that it will not offer any concessions on raising the debt ceiling. And with the solution to the debt ceiling drama squarely in the lawmakers' hands, fears are growing that the partisan brinksmanship could result in the nation defaulting on its debt for the first time ever. GOP representatives even said that the White House position against negotiating with House Republicans on spending cuts is in exchange for raising debt ceiling. It's very irresponsible, he said. The first step in addressing the debt ceiling situation is for Kevin McCarthy to sit down with Biden. Even Representative Josh Gottheimer, a New Jersey Democrat, said the same in an interview. He believes the White House will ultimately sit down with McCarthy, which he called a good thing. As to whether Social Security and Medicare should be part of these negotiations, well, Manchin shared his interest and wanted to create a committee that would just make the two programs more secure, more stable, and more helpful to the people that are in actual need. He said that no one who currently receives benefits should receive any cuts. The senator indicated he was open to raising the income cap for Social Security taxes. Yes, for Social Security taxes. Now, first of all about this, as the U.S. grapples with the record high inflation rates, many states of the country are searching for ways to put money back into the pockets of the people. The Golden State stimulus just continues to distribute the final batch of checks between this month and next month. The state began making payments last year in October with an additional 9.4 million prepaid debit cards sent through the mail. The California Franchise Tax Board estimates that more than 31 million people have benefited from the credit, and the program cost the state over $9 billion. The state advises that those who receive a prepaid cash it as soon as possible, just to avoid theft by the scammers. Avoid the scams, avoid being hurt, and avoid not cashing in your stimulus check. Get it quick and deposit it quick now. We have a ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, Social Security benefits, SSI and SDI. I have a ton of news about folks about the stimulus check information. But first, I want to say that if you guys are in need of a free $60 Amazon gift card, just watch this video because I'm revealing a code that will help you get a $60 free Amazon gift card. It's from me to you, and it's my way of saying thank you for your support. So, here is the code from Amazon. Now, here it is, the fourth stimulus news. We have a lot to talk about, folks. A ton of news going on. First of all, several states are preparing to send out these direct checks. Several states are doing it themselves. They're not waiting for Joe Biden, they're doing it themselves. Ohio's savings account is on the largest in history, after it transferred more than $700 million into the fund. But some of it think it may be time to return some of that to taxpayers. For instance, the governor announced a $727 million transfer to the people. The governor told reporters, "We're delivering on our promise to the people of Ohio with its conservative management and sound budgeting. businesses, investors can be assured that Ohio's finances are in order, and we are planning for the long term.
$600 stimulus checks are going out, and the money could be showing up soon in your bank account. Brian Malahy asking questions about how this money is going to impact people in Utah. And Brian, you talked to some people today. What are they saying about this stimulus money?
One in particular who said it's helpful, it's better than nothing, but it doesn't appear to be having a great effect in terms of victory laps over $600.
A growing number of Democrats are now warning the Federal Reserve of a recession in the United States. The Biden administration is looking for a new plan to avoid a recession, and direct deposit payments are also arriving in millions of bank accounts this very week. So folks, the Federal Reserve is most likely going to raise interest rates by 3/4 of a percentage point again. This is the fourth hike that we've ever seen, and it's still possible another rate increase of that magnitude could come in December. But for the big questions is, many investors and American consumers need to find out whether the Fed will send the money into people's bank accounts and whether or not this will cause.
For what purpose does the gentleman from South Carolina seek recognition? Without objection, the gentleman is recognized for 1 minute.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Last year was difficult for the American family. Under the disastrous policies of Biden and the Democrat-led Congress, inflation reached 40-year highs, causing everyday prices to skyrocket. December marked the 21st straight month that inflation was higher than real wages. As a result, Americans are relying on credit cards as payment, and nearly half are carrying debt from month to month, up 39% from last year, according to Bankrate. Credit card balances increased 15% versus last year, the largest increase in more than 20 years, according to a recent quarterly report of the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. When Biden took office in 2021, inflation was 1.4%, but has risen nearly 14% since then, destroying jobs. The House Republican majority is committed to fighting inflation and lowering the cost of living, creating jobs. In conclusion, God bless our troops who successfully protected America for 20 years as the global war on terrorism continues, moving from the Afghanistan safe haven to America. Our sympathy to the family of Tom Young, Sr. of Aiken, South Carolina.
American people answers. In lunch, we agreed Senate Democrats are ready and united to roll up our sleeves and deliver for the American people. Senator Durbin.
Thanks, Chuck. The new MAGA majority in the House has promised us endless investigations, confrontations, impeachments, and chaos. And they have also said that they want to play games with our national debt. Instead of paying our bills, which is our moral and legal obligation, they have decided to make a game of this. The closest thing that the new speaker has come to suggesting an approach he might follow is to suggest that he's going to eliminate wokeism